Crazy shit, guys. Ethereum ETF starting to trade every moment now. Rumors that Biden is actually dead. And, Trump very likely to be the president of the United States, which is very good for crypto. Altcoins in general having a little pullback right now, which is giving us the greatest opportunity we can get. So let's dive right into this, because I think that this is basically the last chance that we are going to get in maybe the coming 2 months before actually everything takes off. And you do not want to stay sidelined, if you ask me. You're going to FOMO in too late, sell low, and just do everything wrong. So if you want to make some real money, welcome to the channel. Let's try to do this together. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, and let's get right into it. First, want to jump into some price action. Bitcoin is sitting at $66,500, which is fine. It's having a little pullback right now, but if you look over the last 2 weeks, Bitcoin ran with 26%. For Bitcoin, that's crazy in 2 weeks' time. So let it cool off with 2.5% so far. That's nothing to worrying. What I love to see is that Bitcoin actually closed above the bull market support band, and that we are now hopefully going to maintain that level. Last time we went below it in the bull market was here at the end of 2023, well, Q3 give or take, and we spent a couple of weeks below it. Once we broke above it, it went completely crazy. It went completely nuts. Okay, so that's maybe what we are going to see right now. I don't know, but it's a good sign. What I mentioned earlier on the channel is what's a great opportunity. If you look at the Bitcoin production cost, you can see that the Bitcoin production cost is currently 60K. So it costs a miner 60K to mine a Bitcoin. Bitcoin often, very sometimes, let me put it like that, goes below that price, but it never really stays below it, right? We have a little wick right here. We had some wicks right here during the COVID crash. Even we never really went below it. If you look, this was the COVID crash right here. We had a wick, but we closed above it again. Bitcoin is always respecting that level, and it kind of makes sense, right? If it costs a miner 60K to mine a Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is worth 50K, then it's not worth it for the miner to mine Bitcoin, and they will stop mining, so there will no supply will be increased, and the price will go higher because the demand is increasing. So all in all, 60K. I'm not saying that this is the bottom, right? Around 60K, right? It dipped all the way to 53, 54. I'm not saying that that is the bottom, but if we get there again, it is a massive buying opportunity, and I'm definitely stepping in. And not only on Bitcoin, also on altcoins, but it depends a little bit on how the Bitcoin dominance is looking. If the Bitcoin dominance is sitting at a high level, then I'd rather step into altcoins than Bitcoin, because then there is more downside potential than upside potential for the Bitcoin dominance. And for those who don't know, if the Bitcoin dominance goes down, good for altcoins. If the Bitcoin dominance goes up, bad for altcoins. Now, if you look over the last 2.5 years, the Bitcoin dominance has basically only been going up. So altcoins have not performed well lately. And although, they went up and some went up a lot, overall, they just went up because Bitcoin went up. But if you look at this, it's not because they were outperforming Bitcoin, not at all. Right? So the real alt season and the real good stuff actually is about to come. And, could the Ethereum ETF be a trigger? It could, but I'm also very confident to say that without an Ethereum ETF, we would have seen an altcoin season anyway, right? That's just how the cycle moves. We had 2 alt seasons before, here in 2016, 17, and here in 2021. We had no Ethereum ETFs right there, right? We just get an alt season because that's just seasonal behavior. Now, we will get that again, 100%. I'm 100% sure about that, as far as you can be sure. It just takes some time, and my expectation is end of the year. Now, Ethereum on its Bitcoin pair is holding up better than what it did before, and that's a good indication for an alt season as well. You want to see Ethereum break out. Every time we got to the upper part of this band, we stayed there for a week, maybe 2 weeks, and we got rejected. We're now here for 2 months, right? We're still in the range though, so it's still a lower high, and Ethereum on its Bitcoin pair is still going down, whether you like it or not. It's still in the downtrend, but it's at least showing strength right now. So that's a good thing. The stars are aligning right here, okay? Also, if you take a look at others' dominance, So this is the altcoin market except the top 10, basically, right? Or everything except the top 10. If you look at this, yeah, it's closer to a bottom than a top. And I had it before, and I don't happen to have it again. But I think that if you draw it somewhat like around this, give or take, right? This is the parallel channel that we are in right now. Yeah, again, it's more to the bottom than the top. So also a lot of upside, if you ask me, right there, right now. And you can look at all these charts, but you just want to know the macro, right? QE will come, money printing will come, it will all be better. Risk assets will, profit from that. But if you for now look at the altcoin market, it's nothing too crazy actually. If you take the overall altcoin market from the bottom until where we are right now, it's up 230%. That's what altcoins did from the absolute bottom. That's nice, but if you look at Bitcoin, it's up 320%. So, hey, you know what we said a long time, right? Altcoins are, of course, higher risk, but they give lower returns so far. So far, altcoins were not really worth it. Now, there are exceptions. There are outperformers, but there are also underperformers. And therefore, others is a great average. So, altcoins so far not worth it. But, in my opinion, they're going to be worth it. They're going to be worth it big time. And it's especially once Bitcoin breaks through its all-time high, which is definitely going to happen. And I would not be surprised, though, if that move is going to happen sooner than a lot of people think. A lot of people think like a year from now, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if October, November would be parabolic. That's kind of what I am looking at the last couple of weeks, actually. So if that's true, and I won't make a full video why I think that, though. But if that's true, then it means that we have a couple of more months to prepare. In my opinion, the best way to prepare is have some Bitcoin, have some good altcoins. Okay, why steal Bitcoin? Because one, Bitcoin, it is your dry powder. Actually, you can buy altcoins with your Bitcoin, so it's not that you're missing out. If you are in dollars, you're missing out because your dollar is not going up, right? Bitcoin is. And also because it is going up. If Bitcoin does a 2x from here, hey, you made a 2x and you can buy altcoins with that 2x. And it's still possible that the dominance goes up any further, right? If it does go to maybe 58% or so, what I think is likely, yeah, then you can get altcoins a bit cheaper. I mean, if you look at altcoins on their Bitcoin pair, on the dollar pair, they're doing fine, right? But if you look at the Bitcoin pair, some are sitting near the lows, some are already sitting below the lows. If you look at Solana, was, by the way, a huge exception. Most of these altcoins are not that great, right? It's not that you can say like, wow, alt season, right? Alt season is why altcoins outperform Bitcoin. I don't see it yet. Again, there are a couple of charts, but overall, this is kind of the chart that you get, right? This will turn around. And if this happens, once Bitcoin does not go down hard, let me put it like that, then altcoins on the dollar pair are going to fly. If this happens while Bitcoin is even going up, yeah, party. Like then we're not even talking about 3 or 4 X's anymore. Then we're really talking about 20 to 30 X's. And it sounds like, dude, really? That takes a lot of money. Bro, there is a lot of money. Apart from the money that's about to get printed, there's a lot of money in Bitcoin. All right, all these institutions pumping billions of dollars into Bitcoin. And if that money at a certain point goes into the altcoin market, it takes a fraction of Bitcoin's money, for example, in this project, Engine Starter, to do 100x, right? If a certain amount of money from Bitcoin has to go into Engine Starter, for example, to do 100x, you won't even see it on the Bitcoin chart. That's how low amount of money it takes. Now, this is, of course, a micro cap, but every coin is micro compared to Bitcoin. So don't get it wrong. It could be really cool. Now, most altcoins, yeah, still bleed. If you look, I've bought some Duel. I bought some DeFi Kingdoms, and I want to show you why, by the way. I had some trash in my, like, the message is shuffle. Okay, shuffle. If you have some coins in your portfolio and what I did, I looked at my portfolio and I was like, am I going to buy more of these coins once we get a good dip? And there were a couple of coins that I felt like, I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm just not like really convinced. And then I decided like, well, if I'm not so convinced, then it doesn't need to be in my portfolio. So I got rid of some stuff and I bought back some new stuff. If you're in the Patreon, you can see exactly my portfolio. So there's a link in the description or the comments. Also exclusive private sales, etc. So do check it out. But I bought some DeFi Kingdoms because it was one of the huge winners in the last bull run, right? As you can see, I don't have a huge, like maybe for you it's a lot, but it's for me, it's like not a huge position. And I'm basically at my entry level now. But it was such a big project in the last run. It was crazy and it completely died off. But then I started looking like, is the team still building? Well, I don't know, but the game is looking so much better right now than that it did over here. They're still going on, right? Also, it's not just the price went down, right? You see that with a lot of projects. Price went down, so buy. But market cap did not really, right? Because a lot of tokens hit the market. If you look at this market cap though, looks exactly the fucking same. This actually went down from $1.5 billion almost to 15 million. It almost went down 100x. Sorry for that. But 100x. Crazy. So that's also, I'm not saying that it will get back here. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it won't. But I'm pretty sure there are some good gains here. And also what I look at, if I look at my portfolio or coins, this is not comparable to here. Here there were less coins. The whole market was different. The macro was different. Not comparable in any way. But over the last couple of months, last half a year, it is comparable. So I'm looking at DeFi Kingdoms and be like, whoa, it went from a $7 million market cap to 70, right? It did a 10x. If it was that, it did not do a 10x. So this is not that. Okay, so this is a coin that I'm looking at and I feel like, man, you know, it had an insane run right here. I completely missed it. Now it went down and now I feel like, nice, I'm in. That's kind of how I look at it. Also, the reason why coins are down that much is just, again, still because there's no retail. It's you, me, a couple of other onion heads that still feel like, hey, let's make money with crypto. Yeah, but nobody else, right? Yeah, and the institutions, but no retail. Let me tell you a secret. BlackRock is not buying your shitcoin, okay? Grayscale is not buying your shitcoin. It's not happening, okay? Institutions buying Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum, maybe in the future some Solana. That's kind of it, right? They're not buying these low cap, of course not. So these are not getting pumped right now. Who does buy the shitcoins? Retail, you, me, the degenerates, right? That's at lows right now. Nobody's here. Nobody's watching YouTube channels. This channel as well. I feel like this is my job. And I feel like, do I even have a fucking job? Right? It's terrible. Please give the video a like so more people can see this. Because the few people that are in crypto, I think that this is what they need to see. Because I said this before. Bitcoin is sitting at basically the all-time highs, right? Just like over here. But here it was because retail was fully in the game. Now Bitcoin is sitting at the same high levels, but no retail is here. So I feel like, okay, interesting. Once retail is here, how high can Bitcoin go? Because now Bitcoin just maintains these levels and nobody gives a shit. That's definitely a good sign though. Also, if you want to see a future alt season, I think that this is really good. Because if it's at the lows right now, at a certain point it can only go up. Right? And that can only be good for crypto. Talked about the Lumia hypernodes for one video ago, 2 videos ago. These things are selling fast, man. So if you know the project Orion, Binance, Coinbase listed project, they're rebranding and they celebrate that with a node sale. Node is just $1,000. You get a passive income for 20 years. You can get as much nodes as you want. And again, it's already confirmed. Binance, Coinbase, etc. So it's not speculative at all. I'm running my nodes. I love this. It's a great way to just always have money coming in. So also in the next bear market, you just look at your notes and be like, thanks, I got some money from this. Let me take that and put it into something that I like, right? If you have like these kind of passive incomes all over the place, You're comfortable, man. You're really comfortable. Now let's go over a couple of interesting things. Crypto God John says, selling a future $4 coin at $20, 20 cents is haram. Now, haram. I am sure that this is OXO. Okay, let me show you that. OXO is also a coin in my... I'm going to show you through CoinMarketCap. Otherwise, I'm exposing all my holdings because CoinGecko feels like, fuck that. OXO is an AI project. Yeah, $170 million market cap. It's also what he... this is the one. So this is OXO. And I think that OXO is a great project. It's not just that he talks a lot about the coin and that he feels like, oh, I hope it pumps. I actually have his wallet. We're following his wallet in the Patreon as well, just like Alex Becker and Elio Trades, etc. And we saw that he bought like for $250,000 worth of this coin not too long ago at 20 cents, right? So if he is so convinced, yeah, that's a good sign, man. And I honestly think that this is a very interesting project. It was so freaking strong all the time, and it topped out at around 50 cents. Now it's sitting at 20. It went as low as 14. I think that this is a great area. So I love OXO. And that's one of the AI coins that I have high conviction in. Elio Trade says, right now, crypto markets are uncertain because of Biden dropping out. And that's not like giving certainty or anything, right? That's not like, oh, Trump is going to win. No, we have other people right now. It's not certain, right? And apart from the elections, it is just not certain, right? It's not certain. If you look at Bitcoin right now, it doesn't know what it wants to do, right? We have lower highs, lower lows, but then again, we're also in an uptrend. People just feel like, make a clear move and go on, right? We don't know yet. Without a known opponent, the odds of Trump winning can't be calculated. True that. My message is simple. Buy like there is no tomorrow, because the odds of Trump wins are overwhelming still. You have an 80% chance of securing financial freedom. But, yeah. I think that this is, apart from the elections, anyway, a great time to get in. Really, like, it's just the season, right? It's like, it's the halving year. It's the halving year. If you look at Bitcoin, apart from the elections, I know everybody likes the elections and it's all we talk about right now. But if you just, apart from that, look at the halving year, what happened after the halving? Up. Not even up, parabolic, right? Parabolic. Now we're just going to go sideways or down forever? Like, no, come on, man. Like, use a little brain, right? It's at least maybe not going that parabolic, but at least it's going up. Of course, right? And it's very simple. Dollar printing, right? The dollar is worth less and less and less over time. That can and will never change. That can never change, right? So the assets against the dollar are going up. So your food, your mortgage, whatever, also assets like Bitcoin, especially if they have a fixed supply. Why do you think gold is actually always only going up? Right? That's one of the reasons. If you look at gold, of course, it has its bear markets, but if you take it over the longer term, gold is only going up, right? And although it went basically down from 79 to 2002, the major macro decennial trend is up, right? And Bitcoin is nothing different. It's an innovative piece of gold, basically. And this is crazy, by the way. I just see this. Do you think if the Democrats get into crypto, it's going to zero? Of course not. Not zero. But Trump will probably send Bitcoin well over 200K in his term. So choppy / uncertain versus all penne something. I don't know, 200K, if Trump is going to make that happen again. I think everybody is a little fixated on Trump right now. And that's also a bad thing, because what if Trump didn't move? What if the bullet was here, right? Then everything was going to shit, because people think we need Trump for crypto. I'm not saying that it doesn't help. But we did all the time without him. Yeah, not all the time. He was president before, but it's not that crypto relies on Trump. Crypto relies on crypto, right? It's out there and it just does well. And I think it will never go to zero. It will never go to zero. It's very simple. Like Dave says, the Ethereum ETFs are launching tomorrow. This was yesterday. Are you ready? I'm ready, man. I'm ready. So according to Lark, and I haven't done my research on it, to be honest, but he says, this is my research. He says that the Ethereum ETF is going to launch today. Maybe by the time you watch the video, it's already launched. Now, let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. Because once the Bitcoin ETF got launched, yeah, it was crazy. This happened. It was a big sell-off and then a huge candle up, right? Now, the Ethereum actual launch takes a little bit longer, so it might be already a little bit more priced in than Bitcoin. But hey, if Ethereum is going to do what Bitcoin did, Bitcoin dropped with 21% and then went up with 90%. Okay? If you look at Ethereum, if that's going to repeat, which, let me be clear, probably not, right? But if, then Ethereum could go to $2,700, and then if it rips with 90%, it's sitting at 5K. That's what Bitcoin did, right? Both of these levels are definitely not unrealistic, right? I mean, $2,700, we've seen that not too long ago, and well over 5K. Yeah, that's slightly above the previous all-time high, right? I wouldn't be surprised to see any of these levels in the coming 4 months, right? First down, then up, first up, then down. I don't know. Well, not first up, then down, I think. But that's interesting. Now, there will be some outflows for the Ethereum ETFs. But then again, that's fine. That's like the same with Bitcoin. Grayscale was dumping. Dumping is over. And then we had Germany. And they dumped it right here. Great trade, man. Germans are always so freaking fantastic with everything that they do. They're my neighbors. They can take the joke. They hear it from there. And now we have, Mt. Gox as well. And to be honest, I could not give a single shit about that. Right? Mt. Gox is releasing a lot of Bitcoin. And for the people that feel like, that is going down. Like, they actually, like, it's not that bad. The bark is worse than the bite, actually. And I think that, like, it's going back to the OGs, right? To the early investors in the space. It's not that it's all going to be sold or anything like that. So I think it's not that bad, to be honest. This is pretty interesting. Elon Musk has blue laser eyes. What coin is blue? And people are already speculating, like, could it be Cardano? Maybe he's big into USDC or TON, right? And it could be Cardano. It could be Chella. I don't know. And maybe it doesn't mean shit. Maybe he just thought, I just want to go with blue because it looks better on my check mark. That's the thing in crypto. People speculate to the fullest, right? And that's what just people do in general, not only crypto. But they speculate like, oh, wow, this is going to make Cardano pump. Where the fuck? He has never mentioned Cardano. Why would he? I don't know. Same as this. The real question is, how long has Joe Biden been dead? Now, the real question is he dead? In my opinion, not how long. But that's what people like to speculate, right? They love to speculate like, hey, we got a letter. We haven't heard from him. He is dead, right? Because he was old. Could be that he is actually dead. But stop speculating all the single time about everything, man. I don't know how this is crypto related, by the way, but still. This is also interesting. Look, this is where a lot of people fuck up. I love to get XRP as examples on my channel. Why? Simply because XRP is a piece of shit coin. I'm sorry to put it like that. And if I offend anybody with that, sorry. But you should know better by now. If you look at XRP, then you can see that, if you look at it on its dollar pair, what has it done this cycle when everything was moving like hard and from the bottom until where we are right now, 103%, right? Bitcoin did more than a 4x and XRP is sitting at a barely 2x, right? Bad stuff. Also, if you look at XRP on its Bitcoin pair, it's sitting at the lows. So when was the best time to buy XRP? Never, literally never, right? Unless you bought it here, somewhere here, right? But this shows it's losing its bit. So why would you hold this and not just Bitcoin? Because you just wait. You wait, right? And that's my message. I know most of the people here don't give a fuck about XRP, but the message is there are a lot of coins that just don't provide any value, you know, over the long term. And you don't want to marry an altcoin because maybe someday, fuck that someday, you can make money right now, right? Don't put your money into this. This is going down. Then put it into something. Go with the hype, for example, Caspa or whatever. It's at least going up, right? You're not betraying anybody by stepping out of it, right? You're not making money together with people. You are in crypto because you want to make money, right? If you're in for the tag, then go watch the tag, jerk off to the tag. I don't care. But if you actually invest your money into something, I expect that you expect returns. That's with XRP not happening, right? That's just not happening. And there are some clowns on Twitter saying XRP to $200. And there was a guy that I reposted on Twitter and he blocked me right away and sent me a message like, I don't know, it came down to have fun staying poor. But I feel like, dude, are you staying poor because you're not in XRP or because you are? Right? But this also, someone said, if I gave you 100,000 XRP, which they don't, but cloud farming is always nice, right? To actually make money eventually because XRP is not giving it to you. Would you sell or hold? And so many people say hold, right? Hold, 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 hold. I feel like so many people, and this not just goes for XRP, but so many people, they are married to certain altcoins, which you should get out of, right? Sometimes it's more important to look at altcoins that you should not be in than the altcoins that you should be in. Because in a bull market, guys, it's not hard to find altcoins that are doing well, okay? It's not. But it is hard if you are married to a certain coin and to recognize that it's maybe time to let go of it. And the best way to do that is actually by looking at that altcoin on its Bitcoin pair for two reasons. One, again, if it's going down against Bitcoin, then why won't you just hold Bitcoin, right? That's lower risk and apparently higher reward, so there's no freaking reason to hold that altcoin. Two, you don't want to compare to the dollar because the dollar is guaranteed to go down. So if your altcoin is going up against the dollar, what does it actually mean, right? If it's going up against Bitcoin, then you're actually gaining, right? So you just sometimes want to look at a certain altcoin, and if it's actually still in a macro downtrend against Bitcoin, you really want to consider letting it go, right? A lot of people also DOT. They look at DOT and they be like, wow, look where it came from, and they put it on a regular chart to make it look even worse, right? Look, whoa, if it goes back right here, right? And it's now here, it's sitting at the lows, whoa, 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 whoa. If you look at DOT on its Bitcoin pair, sorry to break to you, but it made a new all-time low 4 weeks ago, and we're now basically sitting there, right? So also DOT, shit, right? And again, maybe one day, and of course you don't maybe want to capitulate at the bottom with these coins, but sometimes it's also just important to say like, you know, I'm gonna take my loss and put it into something that moves better, right? Because here it was also sitting at lows, here. The people that took their loss right there, it was maybe a bit painful, but they saved themselves another 60% loss, and they could have put it into an altcoin like Caspa, which has been going up with 50%. So instead of losing 60%, they could be making 60%. It's never too late, right? And at a certain point, maybe you will sell the bottom, but I don't know. Right? That's what we don't know. But that's, I think, even better than just holding on forever and hoping that one day it will finally go up, right? So look at coins on their Bitcoin pair, right? And yeah, I mean, every coin on their Bitcoin pair should look bad, right? If you look at others on its Bitcoin pair, this is the whole altcoin market basically, except the top 10, on its Bitcoin pair, Look at this. It's sitting at cycle lows basically, right? So it's nothing weird if your altcoin is sitting at around the low right now. But if it just keeps on going lower, lower, right? And the chart doesn't look like it's somewhat healthy like this, right? Like we have here a lot of support and here as well. But if a coin is in price discovery to the downside and just constantly keeps on getting rejected from the bull market support band, etc., then you just want to be like, okay, you know what, guys? This is just not the winning coin for me, right? XRP, not the winning coin. DOT, right? Not the winning coin. ADA is debatable, right? ADA is like, there are coins which turn into exceptions, right? But most of them don't. And you first want to wait for the confirmation in that case, right? Like, because what happened to Cardano last cycle, same thing basically, right? It lost 95% against Bitcoin, while Bitcoin was in a bear market as well, right? Well, yeah, partly the bear market here. So Bitcoin was going down. And in the meantime, Cardano was going down 95% against that Bitcoin that was going down. So Cardano on its dollar pair got completely destroyed. Right now, looking at this chart like that, you want to say like, fuck that, I'm out. However, Cardano had a second run. It didn't take out this high, so it is showing weakness, showing diminishing returns. But still, it had a great run. Now it's doing the same thing again. Now the question, of course, is like, hey, is Cardano this time, you know, becoming a somewhat of a relic or a fossil or whatever, right? Or is Cardano like forever going to do this, maybe diminishing or whatever? That's maybe something you do want to bet on. But again, if a coin, that's a complete different chart than XRP, right? XRP is just down. Cardano is at least up, down, right? So that's the difference. And I need you to look at your altcoins like that. Now, if you cannot find your altcoin, for example, I invested in Delesium. I love Delesium, but there's no AGI, right? But there's no AGI BTC ticker on TradingView. What you can do is AGI USD. That's the ticker. You can find it right here. It exists. Then divide it by Bitcoin USD. And just press enter. And then you get the chart. So that's how you can find your altcoin on the Bitcoin pair, right? Now, if you look at a chart like this, hey, nice, right? Of course, let me remove this. Of course, it's now going down. But that's what we just saw, right? The whole altcoin market is going down on the Bitcoin pair. So that's nothing too crazy. But it is far from the lows. Far from the lows, right? So this keeps on being strong against Bitcoin, right? That's how you want to take a look at your altcoins. Guys, so I cannot stress this enough. If you're on your TradingView or whatever, if you don't have TradingView, get TradingView. It's free, right? You can get a paid version, but it's free. Put in a section with your Bitcoin pairs, okay? And just look like, hey, how is my altcoin doing compared to the overall altcoin market? Look, I mean, AVAX down, big pump, down, and slightly above the lows. Does it look super strong? No, not really, but down, big pump, down, slightly above the lows. Right? It's the same. It's the same. So this is not exceptional. Ethereum on its Solana on its Ethereum pair, not interesting. Here we go. IMX, for example, right? Sitting at the lows right now, slightly above it. But it's also showing the strength, right? Real strength. Because when altcoins were gaining against Bitcoin, IMX did a 4x, was a huge outperformer, right? Because the overall altcoin market on its Bitcoin pair did 70%. That is 290. So you can look at this thing and be like, you know what? Beautiful. Top of the range, give or take, right? Lower side of the range. It's ranging. It's now at the lower side. Great buy. Right? I've put in some Bitcoin in IMX right here. Great buy. And I did it 3 weeks ago, and so at the same level. Sometimes you have to have a lot of patience. This is a multi-month, maybe even rest of the cycle kind of trade, right? That's how you want to take a look at it. that's all I have to whine about today, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope it's helpful. If you like the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, and I'll see you guys in the next one.